No more leaves. I just cleaned you.
Ready, set, dive.
Oh, he did it. All right, it is now 2 days after we did the big deep clean on the koi pond behind me. There's only koi in there this time, and actually we'd found one extra koi who was in here. He snuck into the goldfish little holding tank. So next what I'm going to do is, this is directly in the sun. I got some people that want these fish, and then the local fish store so that they take them and sell them as well. So I got to get them over into the shade on the side of the house. So we're going to use the Wayne water bug again with the hose on it, stick it in here, send the water over to that one, come back here, catch the fish, put them in buckets, and transfer them over. So here we go. We've also got our swimsuit on because we're going to be going into the pond to work on the filters some more. I was reading up about my filter, and it says that it only performs at its optimum, what they listed as, if you have the larger size hosing on. And we couldn't get 1 1/4 inch, so we did get 1 inch, which is going to give us at least more flow through it. All right, she's ready to go in. Heads up, fishies. While that happens, we'll look over here. Koi pond is looking good. The koi are totally afraid of us though, with due reason. So we got the larger tube here, getting ready to go on to the Laguna that we'll put in. It's a 1 inch tube. So we're gonna replace it. It's much bigger, even at 1 inch to 3/4 inch. All right, so we just went to get, whoops, here he is. Get the dirt out of this bucket, and I put water in it, and this frog was in there, and he kind of went crazy. Whoa! There he goes. All right. That's good.
Okay, don't we need 2 buckets?
Yep. All right, water bug is coming out. Yep. Break the siphon. Take this stuff out.
Oh, how is it? Dad, can you cut?
Gotta use a net.
Okay, where's the net?
Right there.
Whoa!
Nope, careful. Up, slowly. Slowly bring it up. All right, and then go here.
Wait, what's that black one?
He's a black and orange one.
No, he's black.
Yeah,
The
oh yeah.
black one.
He was one of the babies. All right, there's a
You
few.
got first pick. Ha!
All right,
Slowly,
oops, careful.
slowly.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, this is so gross.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and yep, there. Let's just wait for him. There we go, last little guy. Look at how little he is. It's one of the babies.
The babies are the fastest.
Last little guy. Let's get him out of this dirty water. All right. So many fish in this bucket. Now we gotta get the air over here. All right, so what's worked well in the past for us is we don't use an outdoor. This is not outdoor rated, but what I do is I put it up on this stone so when it rains it's not down in the dirt, and then I'm going to cover it with this bucket when we're all said and done here. We're going to put our air filters back in, and then the last little air stone, and then we're just going to cover it with the bucket. And now we've got oxygen in there, and this is covered to keep it from getting wet. I'm gonna bring the other one over here. We're actually gonna end up splitting the fish and the filters, but for now we've got them both in there. Joe's ready to go in.
That's not how you do it.
He's in.
How you do it.
He's in. Knee deep.
Jump in.
All right, so head down in there. I need that filter. The swimming with the dolphins experience, except it's swimming with the koi. And they're not swimming, they're just kind of standing in the shallow part.
Ready, set, dive. Dive, 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 dive.
Oh, he did it! All the way. All the way. Tubing is not very flexible. It's hard to make it go where I want, and I don't have the heat of the sun to help me warm it up to straighten and stretch it a little bit here. So we're just fighting it at the moment, trying to get this thing to this far end of the pond, further away from our waterfall over there. I think this is good. What I might do is grab a rock, kind of wedge it here. So I'm using this rock to kind of sit on the hose, keep it in place, and yeah, we'll see what we're gonna do here next. I need to reattach this other filter that I have as well. The pump is down there. I just need to get some hose for it. Like here. Where you been? She's soaked, like she went in this creek or something. Definitely bitter, but we got a leak here. All right, so the last thing I'm going to do is add some carbon here to this filter and put it in. I'm gonna have to order some new caps or adapters for the Laguna since it's leaking so bad. But I'm definitely getting a lot more movement. I've seen the leaves and everything move right over here to where it's going down into the filter or the pump, back up and through. So this is the most movement we've had now that we've made this little adjustment. So that's awesome. So we're gonna put this in, get the other filters going, and see what it looks like. These are just to help it weigh down and sink. Put some rocks in here. Here we go. the lid on and let's drop it. Get as far that corner as I can. All right, so we got that filter over in that corner. Powered up. Let's see how it looks. Now those side ones look really wimpy. Woo, it has been a busy day. I wanted to get out here and get those fish out of the sun. The goldfish were still sitting in the stock tank, and they will be for a little while until our local fish store gets set up for their pond season and has their tanks in to be able to take them and be able to sell them. I also had somebody here on YouTube ask about some, so I'm gonna try and work that out with him. But it's been busy. We got in here, we got wet, the boys and I, and yeah, we just, you know, we're supposed to be working. They worked for about 1 second and then played, which put me behind schedule, which is why it's getting dark out now. But I basically wanted them to go in and get the pump and bring it out so that I could put a bigger tube on, which has been done. We're now using a 1-inch tube, which created a leak. That's a pretty significant little leak. As you can see, it's leaking quite a bit. But I am stoked about the pressure that we're getting. We're getting a lot more movement on here. Things are starting to flow across the top, around the corner, and back to the pump down in there. You can see the stuff on the water moving. So that's the first time we've had good flow like that. And it's all because we upped the amount of water going through the system. But in order to have that, we also had to then reduce the water coming out in order to give it more pressure, which is probably why we're getting the leak from the older gasket or whatever you want to call that reducer that they have on those Laguna systems. These are pretty weak coming out here, partly because stuff is, I think, stopped up in there. Yeah. But they're weaker anyway because it's one thing split into two. So I've got a splitter up under that rock that's diverting the feed a couple ways, and then I've got this one just coming straight from the pump here, which looks like it needs to be adjusted to be centered more, but I'll work on that later. Anyway, I'm feeling a lot better about it. A little bit of work and it should be good for this summer, hopefully, as it is set up. I do need to get another UV bulb here soon. It's going to be expiring, or not burning as bright and killing as many things, bacteria and algae, as it should be. So we're gonna have to replace that bulb this year and get a fresh one for the new year. So thanks for tuning in as always, guys. We'll catch you next time.